live. Brought
Yes,
to you
sir.
by who? Who do we got? Who's our sponsor, Brian? Who do we got? Anybody?
So far,
Gorilla?
so good.
Gorilla? No.
So far, we are still sponsorless. We'll get there, though. We'll get there.
Man, we got to step up.
Definitely. Definitely. So, Coach, on your end, you had an exciting week over at Bellator, and congratulations to you once again for bringing AK another champion.
Yeah, no, it was a good night. Usman fought exactly the way he was supposed to fight. We had him fight a long distance range fight, with kicking, keeping Patricky at bay, because we felt that inside his one chance was this guy has power and he can probably knock anybody out. So we figured
Yes.
play it safe, stay on the outside. If we get on the inside, take it, look for the takedown, a good, easy, smooth takedown to throw him off track, and that's what happened throughout the whole fight. The fight wasn't exactly exciting at times, and that was because not because of Usman. Usman was busy all the time; he was
Yeah.
throwing, but Tricky couldn't get the range, so he was trying to get the range to get going, and it was a rough go for him because he couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. And I think personally, I read an interview where he was talking about, yeah, he's just going to take me down and
Mhm.
blah blah blah. I'm just going to get back up. And I go, oh man, he's got the wrong mindset because we weren't going to take him down. We were just going to outdistance him from a distance. And if we could take him down, we were going to take him down. But we weren't going to solely focus on the takedown because the MMA is not just about one particular thing. It's about everything. You got to be well
Right.
prepared in all areas. And Usman is Habib 2.0, just like Islam is, Habib 2.0, and Umar Habib 2.0. It's almost everybody is learning to be good in every area. So this way, if we encounter a striker, we can strike with him. We encounter a grappler, and grapple with him. We can encounter a grappler wrestler, jiu-jitsu type. We have to find not the right technique to get everybody. And if you don't practice it, you won't have it. So all the guys that we're training are looking to prepare in all areas.
Right. I think Usman actually performed to a T. He had everything planned out well. He stuck to the game plan, kept Pitbull at bay with the oblique kicks, and I don't think he could have fought a better fight.
No, I don't think so. For where we're at, I don't think so. And then another thing too that's really funny. After the fourth round was over, I was going to tell him, okay, let's make sure we secure this win, get in on that takedown. Before I can say a word, he says to me, "Yes, coach, take him down." I said, "Okay." I said, "That's what I was going to tell you." He goes, "Yes, I know." I'm going, "Oh, he is so well mentally prepared. This kid, The number one issue I had with him in the past was his mental, and I told Habib, I need your help with him because I can't do this on my own. You and I got to tag team him, and it's worked. It's worked fantastic. And this was like 2 years ago. I talked to Habib. I needed his help with him, and look what we got. 2 years from now, we have a world lightweight Bellator champion. This kid is going to be a superstar. He'll be a superstar.
Oh
He
yeah,
he's just starting. He's just starting. He's a superstar. He's a superstar on the rise.
hands down. And a lot of people actually labeled him a striker. Nobody actually knew his ground game. I was reading a lot of comments. People were like, "Oh no, he's a striker. He's a striker." But when he initially took Pitbull down and kept him down, I think that opened a lot of people's eyes. Like, wow, this guy is, like you said, the Khabib 2.0 because he has the striking, he has the kicks, he has the ground game. I mean, what is he? What is he lacking?
Maturity,
That's it,
maturity.
right? And as far
That's
as
it. That's it. He can get better on the technique, and he's going to. We're going to still work. There's certain things I want him to work on that we need to get better on. We always got to keep evolving because once you stop evolving, the competition is going to catch you up because now he has the standard. Everybody knows what they're up against, so
yes,
they know what they have to do to beat him. Well, we have to keep improving on where he is now because the competition knows what they're coming after, and that's always the thing I always tell the guys is now the work's begun. Now you're the champion, but now you really got to work because winning the title is hard, right? It's very difficult to do, but maintaining that title, keeping that title is even harder. As Patricky found out, he was the champ. His first defense, if I'm not mistaken, This was his first defense, and look what happens. He loses it because he wasn't mentally as ready as he should have been. I'm basing my opinion. This is my opinion based on his interview. His interview stated that he's just going to take me down. So I don't think he was prepared for the overall potential. And
Right.
that's why I say this. That's the only reason why I say this. I don't know anything else other than his interview. And I thought his interview was letting me know that, okay, you're not prepared for the stand up, but we're primarily going to do more stand up with you.
Yeah. But you know what? Hats off to him and his team. These guys are so professional. At the beginning of every round, they give the glove tap, and actually they were even hugging, like, okay, the mutual respect, and we're here to do a job, and that's all it is. It's a job,
Yeah.
personal, and we're
No,
still a big family in a sense because they're all under the Bellator umbrella.
no, it was awesome. I mean, their
Yeah.
camp's incredible. They got great coaches. They're great people. His brother is one of the greatest fighters of all time. Two-time champ. No, this is no hard feelings on either side. It's basically we had the better game plan and we executed. Had we not had the better game plan, who knows what would have happened? So we became victorious because we had the better game plan. Had they had the better game plan, I don't know what would have happened. My attitude is we win anyways, but you never know. You never
Yeah.
know. If they had fought the right game plan, who knows what's going to happen? All I know is we fought a great fighter and we beat a great fighter, and now I have the lightweight Bellator champion of the world.
Yep. That's it. Okay, so let's move on from Usman. Then you had Mr. Alif
Shafi,
Shafi.
yeah, Emma Shafi, yeah, Shafi. The thing about Shafi is he had an ear infection for the vast majority of this camp, and I thought he was on antibiotics. And when we were in Dubai, he had it. He wasn't training half the time because he was there. But I assumed that he was on stuff, and I guess he wasn't, right? He was just trying to get it to heal on its own. I guess I'm not sure about this. But then we come to San Jose, and I talked to my head coach Ron Kessler, and I said, "Hey, how's Shafi?" He goes, "He's not doing good." I go, "What? What do you mean?" He goes, "No, he's not doing good. So and so's doing this, so and so's doing that." I'm like, "Wait a minute, this is not right. This is not right. How could Shafi not be doing well? He's a beast. He's a
Yeah.
hell of a fighter. So I talked to Shafi. I say, "Hey, are you, what's wrong?" He goes, "Oh, my ear." I go, "You've been seeing it? You on antibiotics?" He goes, "No." I go, "Man, you need to get an antibiotics." And he got an antibiotics, and he was concerned, right? He goes, "Well, what about my fight, coach?" I go, "Listen, you need to basically get in the antibiotics. You got he had like almost maybe 15, more than 15 days. He had more than 15
Wow.
days." And I said, "Yeah, more than 15 days. Antibiotics is like 8, 9 days. It'll be out of your system. You'll come into this fight 100%. Trust me." And sure enough, he took his medicine and he come out like what he did, real super strong. He fought a real tough guy, and now he's 8-0, and now people are going to start recognizing him. He's still got some work to do, but he's another Ego Abdul Manaf, Habib's father's student that's on his way up, for sure. And Habib's going to make sure he gets there, and so am I. Yeah, Shafi's got a bright future in the middleweight division and at Bellator.
And this was actually his first Bellator fight, right? This was a
Correct.
already
Yeah,
did.
correct. Yeah, yeah. He's 8-0 now. He was 7-0. Now he's 8-0. And what got it was that beautiful elbow sliced up right
It
above
was
the
just
forehead.
perfect. It was laid
Yeah,
perfect. And
yeah,
like you said, it just sliced them perfect.
yeah. Elbows are very dangerous.
Now, I know you and I were talking earlier, and I had asked you about the stoppage on that. And you had actually said, well, based on the placement, that it was a good stoppage.
Yeah, based on the placement. Now, could other doctors have let it go? Yeah, probably. But is it a 100% safe for the fighter? Absolutely not. It was a risky situation for the fighter. Could have they let it go? Yes, they could have let it go. But these doctors decided not to. And one thing you cannot do, you can't question a doctor's decision. That's final. That's just the way it goes. Whether the doctor blew it or not, that's just the way it goes. And if, for instance, we're talking about decisions that are made that you can't do anything about. Let's go to the UFC where I saw that little brief clip of Andre Filau. he got hit with the spinning wheel kick, and his hands were up like this, and he was well protected. You could see he
Yes.
knew what the hell was going on. The two shots were thrown at him, and the ref stopped it. And Andre's like, what the hell are you doing? And I'm like, wow. That was one of those situations again where a ref stopped it. Should never have stopped that fight. Andre was ready to go. He wasn't hurt at all. Yeah, he was braced for a hard shot, and he looked like he was bracing. He's going to come back. The ref stopped it, and he was like, right away he was like, "What the hell?" But this is what happens in the fight game.
Yeah.
Those are risks that fighters take. Like the situation with the cut. Would another a doc let it go? Probably, but this is what happens. Well, in this situation, another ref, like Herb Dean would probably let it go. Other
Yeah.
refs would have probably let it go. But in this case, this is what you get. So maybe for fighters, one of the good things to know is to know your ref too. And we do that. We do that because I've been in situations where I've got screwed by some refs, not by their fault. They don't intend to. But if you don't bring it to their attention what they did last time, then they're going to not pay attention. They may make the same mistake again.
Just like we talked
So
last week with Tajir, when oh my gosh, I forgot the guy's name was grabbing Tajir's glove, and with his
yeah.
last fight, you
Tim
told me,
Elliott,
hey,
Tim
if you can
Elliott,
please
Tim
keep an
Elliott.
eye on this because last
Yeah.
time, yeah.
Yeah, we told the ref, hey, please keep an eye on the grabbing of the gloves because look, Tahir, he needed us to know that we were behind him. We were paying attention. We don't want that to be a trouble in his head going into the fight. What if the guy grabs my gloves, et cetera, et cetera? So we covered those steps for him, and that was important. And even though we covered that, doesn't mean something else could have happened easily. This is the fight game, man, and a lot of things like that happen that shouldn't happen. But you got to be prepared for all of them, and you got to do the best you can to solve the puzzle of what's happening.
Yeah. And just like with Fortune and James fight too, I think Fortune was on top of James, and James was actually grabbing the inside of his gloves, and Fortune looked at the ref. Hey, he's grabbing my gloves. He's grabbing my gloves.
Yeah, and look what happened when that James turned him over. Oh man,
Wow.
you see how he went steamrolling them punches from 10 feet high.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm like going, holy cow, that guy's monster, right?
Daniel
And then
James just looked huge.
yeah, he's huge, and Tyrell is
He's a
is
big
a
guy.
Division 1 wrestler. He's a Division 1 wrestler, one of the best wrestlers at his time in Division 1. And he, man, it's like that was a rough go for him. I honestly I didn't know that James was going to do that. But man, that's someone to be watching out for darn sure. I would not be surprised if that guy becomes a champ after what I just seen. He's
No,
only going to get
definitely.
better. He's only going to get better.
Yeah, no, definitely. And it was weird because it seemed like Fortune almost had him finished with the rear naked choke, and I don't know how James survived. I don't know how James survived,
Yeah,
and then just turned around on top and started laying those fists. And if there would have been a little more time on the clock, I mean, that would have been it in the first round, I think.
yeah, I agree with you, and that's the difference between a real fighter and just a fighter. That James is a real fighter, and he wasn't going to go out like that. He was going to fight, and he fought through it. And yeah, I was really impressed with him. I thought for sure Tyrell was going to get the choke. I was hoping Tyrell would because I like Tyrell. I was hoping he'd get the choke. He didn't. But then when I saw him get turned and I saw them punches coming down on him, I said,
Wow.
wow, I
That's
really
a
was
lot of
impressed
leather
with
to
that
take.
guy.
That's a
Yeah,
lot of
that's a
leather.
lot of leather. That guy was swinging from the fences, man. It was,
Hats off to James. I mean, he did the right thing, defending the choke. Pulling on the arm, the top arm.
yep,
Exactly
yep,
textbook.
yeah. Textbook. No, that was really, really, really good.
Yeah, and
So
then I'm sorry, coach, but then again, you had
no,
um, Laird, Laird Anderson. He was on the prelims, and wow, what a showcase Laird put on.
I didn't get to see it. I just saw him have the guy in a crucifix and just raining down punches on him and finish the fight. But I didn't see that at all. So I know good for him. I know when I walked into the arena, I looked at him and he looked fresh. He didn't. He looked
No,
like he was just getting ready to fight.
yeah,
And
nothing.
and I looked at him and said, "Your fight over?" He goes, "Yeah." And I looked at him like, "Why? He doesn't even look like he's been in a fight."
He took no damage whatsoever. He went right to the wrestling. I mean, his wrestling and grappling was just on a different level. That's what dominated from the start.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the first fight, Vlad, right? Vlad, our one guy, he
Vlad,
fought the first fight. Yeah, and he hit the guy with the overhand right. And I've never seen a guy so damn happy walking into the cage, to fight. I'm like, what the hell? I didn't see the whole fight. I just saw the ending, and I saw he's walking up there. I'm like, this guy, he's partying. He ain't going to a fight. He's going to party. You
but
know?
same deal when he's fighting at AK, right? When we were in the sparring room, same deal. He was like the first one, hey, I'll spar. Hey, I'll do this.
Yeah,
Hey, I'll do that. And he'll
yeah,
go in there with anyone, no questions asked, and he
yeah.
just puts it on.
He needs to dial in a little bit, not get over anxious. He got a little over anxious, and
He was
that's what
excited to be
happens.
there.
It's this person, yeah, he's really excited. That was his first pro fight. He'll get better as time goes and more settled down. That's what everybody does. Most important thing is that he won, and he's ready to go again, and he understands. Without talking to him, I know he understands he needs to improve.
But I think a lot of people were surprised with his jujitsu.
Yeah, well, he trains with Hop Gracie, so
Yes,
he
his
has
jujitsu
good
was just
jujitsu. Yeah,
excellent, excellent.
yeah, yeah,
His
yeah,
transitions were nice and smooth, and even the commentators like, "Oh, right here, you should do knee on belly." And sure enough, a second later, knee on belly, and just starts laying down the ground and pound with just
yeah.
something else.
He's got good jujitsu. He's been with Hop Gracie for a while. Hop's been taking care of him, and he's more a Hop Gracie fighter. He's just with us, but he's more Hop Gracie. But he's always welcome. He's a great asset to have around.
Yeah,
Unfortunately for us, we don't have that many heavyweights anymore. We had a bunch of heavyweights. We were the king gym for heavyweights. So now we're like down to zero. Always
it's
have
a
no
little tougher for
heavyweights.
him.
So
It's a little tougher for
yeah,
him.
it's a little tougher for him, to find sparring. So he had no good sparring from AKA side. So he had to get sparring wherever he can get, and like a trooper, he did that.
Yeah, but I do see him in there, the gym, working with the guys on jujitsu, and I mean, he's always willing to help and always giving advice, and uh, yeah, he just like you said, he's a trooper.
Yeah, yeah. He's just a great guy, all the way around. And hey, what about the little entertainment show I just saw with KSI and Dylan Dennis? I
That
guess
is
they're setting up
crazy.
a fight, and Anthony Taylor comes in. He wants a piece. Pretty boy wants a piece of this action, so he's struggling to get in there. He pops Dylan Dennis with the right
Him
hand.
with a good overhand right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
here's
Dallas for his part did well. He handled it well. He
no,
talked,
he
and I
took
don't
it.
know who that guy was.
But this is my thing. I don't like that when the face-offs happen, he's always the first one to slap somebody. Right. So he slapped KSI when they were doing the face-off, right? And then I guess he got into a little, like you said, scuffle outside with Pretty Boy. So when Pretty Boy hit him, I was actually, you know what? Good. About time somebody actually hit this guy.
Yeah, and I guess he had permission from Bellator to fight because he's with Bellator. And Bellator is really good about letting you make your money. Like MVP, he's still with Bellator, but he had a good fight in bare knuckle, and the Scott Coker let him have the freedom to go make some money. And
Yeah.
that's what's great about Bellator is they will allow you. They're doing the Ryzen versus Bellator at the year end in Japan, So Ryzen's best versus Bellator's best, So those are some of the things that you can get from other organizations that are fantastic, and that's just one of those deals that someone like Dylan Dennis is able to venture out and make his money.
Yep. So my thing is too, when is the last time he's actually fought for Bellator? I think he only has two fights under his belt with Bellator, and that's it pretty much, right?
Yeah, he's only had two fights. I never seen him. I would imagine they were lower level guys, because he's, like anything, he's it's not jujitsu. This is MMA fight. So, he couldn't get somebody that was a killer, right off the bat. He had to somebody that was inexperienced in MMA like him, and obviously that's what he got. His first two guys. So,
And
well,
I
we'll
think he
see.
converted both of the last guys. I think that's what it was. He
Yeah, I
submitted
would
his
think
two
so.
opponents,
I
and that
would
was
think
it.
so. Yeah, yeah, he's good. He's a good jujitsu guy. He's really good. And you can't deny that. So
Yeah, too
Let's see
soon.
what's in store for him. Let's see if he can box because KSI has got a lot of experience boxing. So Dylan, I don't know. I don't know what to say because I haven't seen him do any boxing. But if he hasn't done any boxing, I can't say he'll get murdered. Like not murdered, but he's going to get outboxed if he doesn't have any boxing experience.
Yep.
He's had time to do it, so because he's been
He was supposed to fight Jake Paul at one
for a
point.
while. Yeah, remember when Jake Paul was driving up a truck and it threw toilet paper at him
Yes.
and then Dylan came out running after him and he slipped trying to throw the toilet paper back at him.
Yeah.
So Dylan has been in the limelight for a while because look at Jake Paul now. So what I'm trying to say here is Jake Paul then, Jake Paul now. Back then, everybody looked at Jake Paul. He was just a commodity, an
Yeah.
entertainer type, whatever, YouTuber turned boxer, blah blah blah. Okay, good. You can't say that now. You
No.
cannot say that about the guy. If you do, then you know what? You're disrespecting the sport of boxing. That guy can box.
You have
He
to
can
put a
box.
little bit of
It's
respect on his name now.
Yeah, you have to. If you don't put respect on his name, then you don't really respect the art of boxing. That guy can box. And I
Yeah.
knew he could because he had great coaches.
Jeez. Yeah. Yep. Like the guy's set, so all he does is eat, sleep, train, and let's do it again. That's it.
Yeah, he's not like his brother. His brother's more the entertainer, more
Entertainer.
he's going to go do things. And, his brother doesn't, to be honest with you, I don't get the impression his brother cares whether he loses or wins. He wants to go entertain because that fight he did with Mayweather, I saw clips where he was guns a blazing, swinging from
Yes.
left field, all this punches wide, all punches wide, and roughing up Mayweather, but never really catching Mayweather. I thought, you know, I was impressed with the fact that he was willing to make it entertaining, and whether he won or not, the fact that he made the rounds and didn't get knocked out, he felt he won.
Yeah, he tried.
He
Yeah.
did, did, and that's what his victory was trying, not
Yes.
sitting on make money and this and that. So he got a victory because he tried. He really legitly tried.
Yeah, definitely. And then let's move over to one. I know you had, or sorry, there was two guys from AK also fighting on the one championship card.
Yeah, it was Ahmed the Wolverine. He fought. I don't know. He fought third degree jiu-jitsu champion, black belt. I guess he won worlds 2 times or something like that, and has
Abada.
decorated. Yeah, he decorated jiu-jitsu guy, and he submitted him with the triangle. But if you watch it, it was really kind of really cool triangle where he trapped the leg too. It was really really a unique. I've never seen something like that. I don't know if it was intentional or he just caught him on the right spot. But yeah, that was a really good finish for him, and expect big things from him. He's the number one fighter from Pakistan.
Wow.
And you got to remember, Pakistan's got about 700 million, 600 to 700 million population. He's the number one fighter for Pakistan. So can you imagine the kind of following he will have once people realize how good this guy is? He's
Yeah.
that good. So let's see what happens next. But he had a good win, and the next big one was Habib. Habib trained Sagid.
So,
He fought Aoki. And that was Islam Makachev was in the corner for him, and he hit him with a nice overhand right, and followed up with some ground and pound and finished the fight. And basically Aoki is one of those guys who's been around a long time. But he's undersized. You could tell he was undersized, but he's very vastly experienced. And Aoki's fought bigger guys before and won. In this particular case, he was just outgunned right from the get go.
gotcha. All right, coach. So switching gears a little bit. Of course, this is the second week in a row that we have bad news. You have Jason David Frank, the actual Green Ranger, took his life today.
Yeah, that's kind of sad, because this guy was 49 years old, still, and had many years left in him. And he was a true martial artist, and he fought MMA. He had two MMA matches, and he won both. But he did it not because he wanted to be a world champion, just to be a martial artist. So he had the right mindset, he had the right skill set, and learning everything. He had the right coaching. My only sadness is he didn't have the right mental there to keep himself alive because there's depression, and
Right.
I think depression did him in. I mean, I don't know what the answer is, but a lot of people suffer from depression and they don't even know it, and the best thing to do, is if you understand it and it, get help because, we can't do it by ourselves.
That's what I always see you stressing to the fighters: the mental, the mental, the mental. If your mental's not right, you're not going to fight right.
No, they're not. And it's like anything in life, man. And if your mind's not there, it's not. That's why I never force a fighter to do anything because he has to want to do it. He has to love to want to do it. He has to have the desire. If I force him to do it and he's doing it because I forced him to do it, he's not a real fighter. He's basically barking because I tell him to bark, and
Yeah.
that's you don't want that. You want this guy to, you know, like what Usman said to me. Goes, yes, coach, take him down. I'm like, well, okay, that's what you want. He's a thinking his own. He knows what he needs to do to win. He's trained right. That to me made me very happy because that meant that Habib and I and the other coaches that he's been involved with have done a great job with him, and he went in proper.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, switching gears one more time, Coach. I know we had talked earlier too that Mr. Greg Hardy actually had a boxing match against Hassim Rahman.
Rockman, yeah, Rockman Jr.,
Rockman,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah, Rockman Jr., yeah. You're good with the names. I'm glad you're saying them. I might mess
I'm
up
all over
myself.
with them. Some of them are confusing.
This is a blooper. Blooper.
And who
Yeah,
did?
Hasim Rockman Jr. Yeah, yeah, I didn't see the fight, but it was from what I read. It just seemed like Greg Hardy was just too big, too much horsepower, and the big horsepower landed, and Rockman Jr. just got tired and just couldn't do enough to finish it. So it was a 4 rounder. And I guess Greg Hardy took the 4 round fight against a guy that was 12-1 as a pro boxer,
Jeez.
and hundreds of amateur fights. So, Greg Hardy, hey man, congrats. That's not an easy thing to do. It's
No.
not an easy thing to do, and he did it. So you got to give the guy props, man. You got to give him his props because he didn't beat a chump. He beat a guy that's a legit boxer.
So do you think Greg Hardy actually might have found a new home in boxing?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. In boxing, I heard he was doing bare knuckle, maybe, but I think boxing is a little bit safer, and I think that maybe he find a new home there, just like KSI, in Dylan Dennis. It's a specialty entertainment. Well, Greg Hardy could do the same thing, just go out there and fight specialty type freak shows, not freak shows per se, that's kind of entertainment type thing. The fights people want to see entertainment wise, because there is a field for that for people. People do want to see that. Obviously, I'm not really one of them, but there is people that like it.
Yeah. There's a niche for everybody. All right, Coach. So the last thing that we're going to talk about today is James Krause. Are you familiar with what's going on with Mr. Krause?
No, I'm not. What's going on with James?
So I don't know if you remember last week when I asked you about Derek Minner's knee and why the incidents are happening now with the knees
Yeah.
causing issues. Apparently, James Krause knew that, or he let some people know that Minner was hurt and told people to bet against Minner for a first round TKO. And this
Whoa.
caused a significant shift in the betting lines in favor of, oh my gosh, I'm going to murder this guy's name, Notre Dame.
Is this accurate? What you're saying?
It's all over the news. This is the MMA headlines for today. It's everywhere.
Wow. I can't. Oh my gosh, bro. That's wow.
Apparently, that's why he wasn't in Morales' corner for his fight at the.
Dude, this is career suicide.
Yep.
Career suicide. Career suicide.
Yeah.
I hope it's not true because, bro, I don't know how you recover from that.
This is such a big deal, right? That the New Jersey Division of Gaming Enforcement sent bulletins to the state's licensed sport books instructing them not to offer any wagers on fights in which Krause is involved as a coach, trainer, promoter, or fighter.
Bro, if this is true, he won't get licensed anywhere in the world. This is done.
That's it.
Wrap. It's a wrap. Only thing he's going to be able to do from this point on is coach at his gym, but he won't be able to go in anybody's corner. And then guys are, man, he's such a great coach. And then guys are, oh my God, wow.
Yeah,
That I hope it's not true. Maybe people are making it out more than what it is. Maybe I mean, because fighters are injured all the time,
right.
and coaches know, but the fighter goes out with intention to win.
To
For
win.
instance, yeah, Francis Ngannou, his last fight, he was injured. He was injured. And he
Dillashaw.
wasn't. He wasn't in then, and he wasn't in there taking a dive. He was in there to win. And what did he do? He won.
Yeah.
So fighters fight injured all the time. So that's not a big issue. The issue is it true what you said, or are people just making that up?
It's
Did he actually
everywhere.
say this? I mean, that's a big accusation there.
So these
And
are the
if it
allegations that are
happens to
being
be
brought upon
true,
him. Yep, these are the
yeah, if it
allegations being
happens to
brought
be
upon him.
true, which I hope it's not, then he's done. Do you remember there was a long time ago, there's a fighter coach named Panama Lewis that put some stuff in the drink of a boxer, and he got caught on CBS or ABC. I don't remember which station, and it was then they're saying, no, don't give me that one, give me the one I mixed, the bottle I mixed,
Oh,
and bro, he was done. Never ever to corner ever again, ever. This is one of those scenarios right here, right now. This is exactly what the same kind of penalty is going to be world banned, bro. I hope it's not true. I hope it's not true because this is not going to go well for him.
it's tough, right? Because as a coach, right? Let's say he did do it. Okay. As a fighter, how do you put trust into somebody that's supposed to have your back and be that moral support for you, knowing that he's telling other people to bet against you?
Listen, as a coach, if you did do that, your fighters will turn on you. Fighters will turn on you. Will turn on you. Listen, let me give you an example of something that I encountered in one of my situations. We were in Vegas with some of my fighters, and my fighter goes, "Hey, let's go make a bet. I got to go make a bet for somebody." I go, "Okay," and he was going to go make a bet, and I said, "Who you betting?" He goes, "Well, I'm going to bet so and so against our guy." I go, "What?"
Whoa.
I said, "You're going to bet against our guy?" He goes, "Yeah." I go, "No, you're not." I go, "Yeah, you're not betting against our guy. There's no way you're going to do that." I go, "No, because if you do that, I'll kick you out."
Wow.
I'm not going to take that. No way. We don't do that. I don't care if you're doing it for somebody else. It's not you. Let that person do the betting, not you. You'll get blacklisted and everything, because I know about it, right? So, obviously the guy that he was, our guy that he was going to bet against won. So that would have been bad. But either way, to me, the bad part was the fact that,
He was
a
going to do
teammate
it.
a teammate was going to take somebody else's bet and bet against our teammate.
Gee.
That would have destroyed my team if that would have got out. I never would allow that. Never. And that right there is salvageable to me if that did happen and it did go through and the fighters find out that happened. We could work around that, but what happened here, I don't see how.
Yeah,
I
there's
don't see
no way.
how.
There's no way. I mean, that's pretty much it. Like you said, it's a wrap for him as a coach, as a corner.
As a corner, it's not a rap as a martial arts teacher. He can teach for sure still,
But like you
but
said, who else would want to be taught by him?
no, it's going to be hard because a lot of people are going to go, well, you're going to teach me, but you can't be in the corner with me. So I don't know.
Not
It's
only
going to
that,
be
but
hard.
now you're telling people to bet against me.
Yeah. I keep forgetting that part.
We're all talking
I hope
about
it's not true. I
mental,
hope it's not
mental.
true. I hope it's not true.
Yep.
He's a brilliant mind. He's a brilliant mind, and he knows how to create winners. I hope it's not true. I hope it's not true. And it may not be true. Let's not condemn him now until it comes out.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I mean, he's uh, what's the term? Innocent to proven guilty.
Innocent to proven guilty, and I want to assume that he would never be that stupid, or irresponsible to do this. I just don't see how. I just don't see it. I
Yeah.
don't see how any coach can do that, be that irresponsible to tell somebody go bet against my fighter. Man, that's like me if I told somebody might as well stab me in the heart. When we take a fight and we're fighting somebody, my attitude is we're winning no matter what.
Exactly.
That's my job as a coach is to get my fighter to win, even if the odds are stacked against us. Our job is to win, and our job is to mentally think we're going to win. So if I'm telling somebody bet against my fighter, wow. Well, let's hope it gets cleared up and everything is not what it appears, because, a lot of stuff happens, and till the dust settles, we won't know.
Yep, that's it. Like you said, until it settles and he gives his version of what really went on. We won't.
Yeah. I'm not going to condemn the guy until we know for sure what's up. And I don't know him personally other than speaking to him a few times. I like the guy. I think he's a brilliant coach. So let's just hope it's people twisting things around and it's not the way it is, because I don't see how any coach in the world can actually
Do
do
such a
that.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see that.
You grow a bond with your fathers, where they're basically like your kids in a sense. You guys spend
Yeah,
more time than most of the family.
yeah.
Yeah, why?
I don't see it. I don't see it. I hope I'm right.
Yeah, yeah, me too, coach. All right, coach. I mean, that's pretty much
All
it
right.
for this week.
Okay.
Once again, we're looking for sponsors. If you want to sponsor us, leave us a comment down below or send us an email. We'll get back to you.
You get better.
Yeah, we need the money still, so we're good.
We need the
Take it.
money.
Take it.
Okay. There you go. We need the money.
Oh,
All
also,
right.
before we take off, if you want to give us your travel itinerary, because I know we had spoken. You said you were going to be out of the country for a bit.
I'm gonna. I'll know November 29th. I'm going back to Dubai,
Nice.
and then I may be in Japan for the Ryzen versus Bellator fights,
December
and then
31st.
I'll be in Perth, Australia for the training with Islam Makhachev versus Alex Volkanovski. And then I'll be back here and we'll be training for, I believe, Vegas, March, I don't know, usually March 5th, somewhere around there. Usually there's events in Vegas, so we'll be here for that. So let's see. Nothing. The only thing that's confirmed is Japan, but I'm not confirmed to go, and also Perth, Australia, with
Islam versus Volkanovski.
Islam. So those are the two confirmed. Nothing else. Nothing else is confirmed.
Sounds good, coach. Safe
All
travel.
right.
And hopefully, we'll get some updates for you while you're on the road.
Yep. Updates.
All right, coach. Thank you very much
All
once
right.
again for being with this week.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Yes, sir.